Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com. Welcome to Drinkin' Bros Fake News, where we bring you the fakest, realest news of the week that may or may not be real, but we wish it was fake. D'Anthony?
Yeah.
Every single week.
None of this is real.
Doesn't seem like it. Feels like we're living in a sim world. Kind of feels like we're living in a sim world, and we've accepted it. At least I have, at least. I don't know if you have fully bought into living in a sim world, but I have.
I don't really care. I mean, I'd be doing the same shit and living the same life if this was real or not. So, what are you going to do?
Man, I don't know. You look at everything that's going on, and you're like, dude, there's no way that this can be real. The breaking news is the House has passed a bill to make Washington, D.C. the 51st state.
Yeah.
We knew this was probably going to happen, right? So they could get more senators in there.
They can't vote it through the Senate, so it doesn't matter.
So yeah, explain that to the audience, because I think there's a lot of people freaking out online right now. I don't think people understand what it means. Tell people why this won't pass. What are the numbers you need on the next stage?
Well, I mean, I don't know about the numbers you need, but even if it was up or down, the Senate's evenly divided, and there's no way that they're going to flex, the Biden administration is going to flex their power in the Senate on this one. Not going to happen. 2 Congress people is not going to matter.
What do you need? Is it just, do you need the majority? Is that it?
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Because if you just need the majority in it, isn't Kamala Harris the tiebreaker?
Yeah, she would be, but to pass a cloture vote, you need 60 votes. So they would have to invoke what's called the nuclear option in the Senate.
Okay.
To get anything done.
Got it.
And I just don't think they'll do it on this.
What's the one you think they would do it on?
Well, it depends.
Is there any chance they would use the nuclear option then?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they would have to on this.
Yeah, but is there any chance they use it on anything? Because I can't remember it. Can you?
It depends on. I think if Derek Chauvin had been acquitted, they would have used it on gun control right now. Like they would have had the political capital at that point to try to do something like that, right?
Okay.
So something major has to happen that'll be in the purview of that as a response for them to think about doing that. Yeah.
The other bit of breaking news is Joe Biden has moved to tax the rich. He's eyeing a capital gains tax hike to 43.4%.
What's it right now? Like 15%?
I don't know what it is. For New York, it could be 52.2. California, 56.7. So that would be a fun thing.
15 to 20% typically.
It's 20% if you make
how much money? Yeah,
440,000, 100,000 or more.
So that's for every dollar after.
Yeah.
Oh, every dollar after that.
Yes, every dollar after $441,451.
Well, I wouldn't even try to be rich then.
No.
Because if you're just giving half back, fuck that.
Well, here's the problem. These cunts, right, that we call politicians, are constantly reaching into everybody's pocket. They need the middle class's vote to stay in office.
Yeah.
So they pretend like they're robbing the rich to give to the poor, right? But in reality, they're robbing everybody and just giving the money to their friends.
Yeah, I've got your shirt on today. By the way, everybody's asking about this shirt because it's popping up everywhere. A bunch of comedians and some other people wearing it online. This is actually ours. So you came up with this phrase and put it in the store, and now I'm seeing it everywhere. And it's hilarious. It's on drinkinbros.com, but the defund politician shirt is crushing, and there's mugs too. So
yeah, I'm seeing it some other places too that are copies of what I did. That's always fun.
Yeah.
But we're used to that too.
Yeah.
That's been going on forever.
But yeah, I mean, look, is there a better time than now, I guess? If you're going to go that high on these taxes, what's the point of being rich, I guess?
I don't know. I mean, what's really going to happen is people that are making big deals, sales and purchases, investing in companies, they're going to hold off until this administration is over to do it. So it's going to stall out the economy. That's what you do, right? It's stupid. It's fucking stupid.
But most of these people, like big tech and all the companies that would get taxed in this,
they'll roll their money over.
Yeah.
And until he's out of office.
But they wanted him in office.
Tax laws don't fucking apply retroactively.
I understand, but like they wanted him in office. So now they're going to wait to get him out of office. Like it all doesn't make sense to me. I would have thought they would have wanted Trump in there just so they could have been richer and been like, all right, great, fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, you're assuming that people are thinking rationally.
Yeah, and that's my mistake.
Correct.
Yeah. Because man, with Trump in there, fuck, everybody was getting rich. So let's party. But now it's like, oh hey, we're gonna tax the shit out of you. Nobody can be happy about that. Most of this shit has to pass, but and it's coming in live as we're talking about it.
Yeah, that whole tax the rich thing and the idea of socialism and communism in general is essentially like taking all of your anger and frustration out on the best player on your fucking sports team.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let's say you got Michael Jordan on the team and you got a bunch of scrubs. And every day the coach comes in the locker room after they lose because of all the scrubs and yell at Michael Jordan for losing. That's what's happening there. Yeah, I called poor people scrubs. Sorry.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
You are who you are. You are who you are. But yeah, these stories are coming in now. What's the racist thing that everybody's talking about here? What are they? They're saying that's
something racist now.
Well, it's racist that Republicans don't want this to become a 51st state. So that's yeah. Who is on the floor saying that? Jones.
From New York.
Yeah. So that's a fun thing, you know. I don't know what's racist about another state, but hey, or not wanting another state. What do you do with the flags? What do you do with all that shit? I feel like I'm just asking questions out loud for myself now because this just came in where I'm like, huh?
You just make it a Randy Johnson jersey.
Yeah, make it a Randy Johnson. Betsy, instead of Betsy Ross, it's Rick Ross, and he puts the new star on there.
I really think we should be a lot more interested in less states and not more.
I would like that as well.
Like one even, just one state.
Yeah. But then one state is, everybody votes and that's it.
No. Just Texas. And everybody else can get fucked. I'm tired of why are we continue to saddle ourselves with these fucking incompetent fucking child rapists? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like fuck these people. What are we doing here? What is it? What is that phrase from The Matrix? What he said, hope is the quintessential human emotion, both the source of our greatest strength, the greatest weakness, something like that. Mm-hmm. It's very true. There's no hope for any of this. Why are we even pretending there is?
I'm not. So I don't.
This is stupid. We let's just call this what it is, a failed experiment, right? And then go back to the drawing board. That's what you would do in science. If we'd gotten this far and it looked like this, under the fucking prescription that we started with, we'd be like, all right, this didn't work. Let's try a different way.
Right.
That's what a reasonable human being would do. But we're romantic for some reason because we don't want to change the number of stars in the flag. I don't give a fuck about that. I want my life to go the way I want it to, right?
Sure.
That's it.
Sure.
I don't give a fuck about flags and how many stars are not on them. Who gives two fucks about that shit?
Right.
I don't understand why people are so romantic about keeping the states together, right? It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, Texans aren't like that, but the vast majority of the country, it would be like, oh, you're a fucking insurrectionist or you're crazy. You want to break the country up? Like, yeah, I sure do.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not? I mean, it worked in fucking England, didn't it? The reason that the fucking UK is vaccinated completely and the rest of Europe is at like 30% is because they left the EU. That's why.
Right.
You get more efficient as you get smaller, not less. And what time in human history have we needed to be more efficient than we need to be right now? With all these people and all this technology. Doesn't make sense to be huge. We shouldn't be a cruise ship. We should be a speedboat right now.
But then who would control that? We would have to have a king then, right?
Why? No.
Somebody's got to be in control.
No, you have the same way that CAL FIRE has fucking common agreements. It's mutually assured understandings, MAUs, all over Southern California, in particular those unincorporated areas where there's an agreement that they provide fire protection for that area, right? And they only get the budget required to do just that. So if we only give the federal government the budget required to just do the military, that's it. That's all we need from them. Everything else, shut the fuck up. All these Congress people and senators shouldn't even exist. Why would they? Why would they exist? Why would 435 people in Washington, D.C., right, who are affluent and Ivy League and old and white, decide everything for the whole fucking country? It doesn't make any fucking sense. If you were trying to create this from scratch, you would look at that plan and be like, what the fuck? No, we're not doing that.
I wonder what would happen because you still need like roads paved and all that other bullshit. Like,
I'm pretty sure states can pave roads, my man.
So are you talking about just going to governors?
I'm talking about bringing power and money down to the lowest possible level.
Okay. So would it be just governors?
Maybe. I don't know. But it sure as shit wouldn't be this. It wouldn't be old white man after old white man with dementia, right? Fucking around on Twitter or getting us involved in wars or fucking whatever the fuck else. You know what I mean? It would be reasonable human beings at the lowest possible level making good decisions inside a world that they have to live in afterwards, right? Because presidents don't retire to rural America. They retire to fucking giant compounds because they're rich after they get out of office.
Yeah.
They should have to go back to fucking Detroit. All presidents should have to live in fucking downtown Detroit.
I have a hard time with it, and I'll tell you why. I feel like local government is worse than big government. I mean,
it's only worse because everybody ignores it.
Shit. Dude, you want to talk about the fucking back alley deals? Local government? These grimy motherfuckers, dude, are terrible too. So
they can be, but there's a very simple way of dealing with that. The back of your hand.
Yeah.
Right?
But then we're policing ourselves then too, right?
We always police ourselves. We decide because we're too busy making bread or building roads or taming horses or flying jets or whatever it is as time goes on that we're going to let a couple of people handle safety and security, right?
Yeah.
And every now and again, we don't like the way they're doing it and we come down on them pretty hard. You know what I mean? But we are always in control. If we decided collectively tomorrow, as unrealistic as that sounds, if we just decided that the police don't exist anymore, then the police don't exist anymore. We stop paying them, they stop showing up to work, and that's it. Right?
Yeah.
Same thing with any other institution, Congress or whatever it is. Repeal the 16th Amendment, get it out of here. We don't need to be paying federal taxes anymore. What the fuck is the federal government doing for us?
Well, in Texas, since you want to secede Texas, right? When we had those storms, they came in and gave the state, the federal government gave the state a lot of fucking money.
That's a once in a lifetime kind of situation. Texas is not a welfare state. Texas is a fucking donor state. Texas gives more money to the federal government than it receives in taxes, and it has for fucking decades.
Right.
Not a problem.
But when something catastrophic happens, like what we just went through, right?
This is like robbing Peter to pay Paul kind of situation. This money doesn't fucking come out of a tree that the federal government tends to. They take it from us and they redistribute it around. Look, if Texas gets in trouble and needs money, they can ask Florida, can ask a friend, right? I'm pretty sure governors are capable of picking up a phone and making a deal just as easy as a bunch of pieces of shit in Washington are. Fuck those fucking people. They should not exist.
I don't know, man. I think the local government's even worse. I think it's even in like community,
maybe
like even in small town shit. Dude,
small town, yeah, but governors, I mean, they can't really get away with that much. And it's not the federal government stopping them. The federal government has no control over governors. Chris
Christie, who's, by the way, rumored to make a run for president.
Oh yeah, he needs to run on a fucking treadmill first.
Yeah. He's the rumor is he's going to go make a run at it in 2024, according to his friends. This is another breaking news story, but he shut down, what was it, the fucking
one of the
expressways, the toll booths, and then went to the beach after he told everybody not to go to the beach. Like they're all shitbags, dude.
Yeah.
We're not going to get any better. I've just dealt with it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that can be done. You're assuming that everything would continue to progress like that if you lessen the size of government. Maybe it would, right? But eventually people are going to realize that too, and they're going to make a move on those assholes. I mean, it's easy to remove a councilman from office, 200 years ago. You just walk into his office, literally pick him up and sit him outside, right? Like Fred Flintstone.
I look at Los Angeles, having lived there forever, right? And what it's become. And it's because there is no laws. They let these fucking people do what they want, and the streets are flooded with homeless, and it's all fucked up. So I don't know that without government, people would just be cool to one another.
I'm not saying we shouldn't have government. I'm saying that the federal government of the United States of America provides nothing to the people of America except for bullshit, right? That's all it provides. It doesn't. There's nothing that comes from the government that can't be done elsewhere. Nothing from the federal government. It is a complete waste of time and money.
So keep state taxes.
States should do whatever the fuck they need to do. Whatever you want to do. Texas has figured it out. Like, their property taxes are high as fucking right now.
Yeah. During
a property boom, go on fucking Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. Look at your fucking homeowner friends and what they're talking about property taxes right now. They're pissed. Right?
Dude,
but 99% of the time, they're pretty happy.
I'm pissed. I just got my new property tax bill, and they're like, we're going up. That's like a max of like 10%. They're going up, and I'm like, motherfucker, dude.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Shit, man. I don't know.
Yeah, not having government is ridiculous. But government should be executed at the lowest possible level. Always.
Yeah.
And explain to me what cannot get done at a state or city or county level that can get done at the federal level, other than common defense. I don't believe anything exists.
Defense, and then natural disasters and things like that. Tornadoes,
no, that's not how that works, man. There's an industry inside of the federal government, right, that handles all the natural disaster shit. FEMA. Yeah. It handles all that, right?
Yeah.
Why FEMA can exist without the federal government existing? That could be a private fucking company with laws governed by a fucking operating agreement that covers this country, called maybe the Constitution or something like that.
Right.
We don't need a fucking bunch of government drones that have no motivation and no incentive to actually do a good job. Right? Good job, Brownie. Remember that bullshit?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. These people are pathetic.
It'd be interesting. For sure, man. I don't know what would happen.
Well, I mean, Americans are afraid.
Yeah, dude.
They're afraid of anything that's different than what's happening right now.
I think people want. I think there's a large segment of the population that wants to be told what to do, for real, and they just want to follow that.
And that's fine, but I'm not going to do that. So we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I guess.
So are you going to stop paying federal taxes?
I'm looking into different ways of doing that. One of the ways is to have dual citizenship, which I qualify for on a couple accounts.
Where at?
Ireland and a couple of other places.
No shit.
Yeah, and another one is to spend 51% of your time in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Which I'm looking into as well. So we may be doing some Zoom calls here soon.
Puerto Rico, dude, it's nice down there. I got some buddies who went down there after the. What do they have? 2 back-to-backers down there?
Yeah, the real estate market is awesome down there.
They bought with Bitcoin. And I think it was 60 Minutes to the story on them. But yeah, they bought the fucking land with Bitcoin. Crazy shit.
I have a couple friends that own a shit ton of land down there that I can buy on a regular, like at normal.
It's beautiful
price,
down there.
like
the people are pissed.
They got Google Fiber there now too.
I know. And the fucking landowners are the the real islanders. They're pissed.
No, they hate it. But you can get a little condo for like $25,000.
Oh yeah.
You can buy a fucking house for $2. You can buy a dope ass fucking like 5-bedroom house about 20 miles outside of Puerto Rico for about $225,000 right now.
Yeah. We did it.
And if you go to the West Coast and Rincon, it's mostly American expatriates that live out there. All the land is owned by Americans. Yeah. I mean, technically everybody's an American there because it's an American territory, but you don't have to pay federal tax if you spend more than half your time there.
No shit.
Yep.
That's funny. Next up here, Derek Chauvin. Convicted on all charges, obviously, and you live under a rock if you don't know that, but people still aren't satisfied, Dan. After only 10 hours of deliberation, the jury found Chauvin guilty on every single charge there was this week, and he now faces up to 75 years in prison, which will be determined in about 8 weeks. But even following the guilty verdicts, BLM activists still aren't satisfied, and neither are the politicians. Following the conviction, protesters outside of the Minneapolis courthouse voiced their discontent through bullhorns, saying, we need to go way beyond voting at this point. The only reason, once again, that we got this conviction is because we showed up. Another one was an activist was being interviewed saying, we're never going to be satisfied. We're happy with the conviction. We're going to keep going. This is black genocide. And then AOC, made a sweet, sweet video. This verdict is not justice. Frankly, I don't think we can call it full accountability because there are multiple officers that were there. And I also don't want this moment to be framed as the system working because it's not working.
Sweet.
So what was that then, AOC?
It was AOC. You know what I mean? The black.
No, but I mean, as far as the system working, like.
Oh, she meant the other police officers that watched and didn't stop him should also be in prison, right?
What's their story? I think one of them.
I don't know.
I think they're on separate trials, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't. I think one of them got charged.
Yeah, one of them, and then I think the other two got dropped.
Yeah. But I mean, we did this on American Party this week and looked over all the data. Cops are 18 and a half times more likely to be killed by a black person than they are to kill a black person.
No.
Is that genocide? So let's just say, for example, a German Schutzstaffel officer in the Third Reich in the 1940s was 18 and a half times more likely to die by the hands of a Jew than vice versa. Would that be genocide at that point? Seems like you're losing that fight, my man. Just numbers, math, but I know math is racist, so fuck, man.
Yeah.
If people are committed to being unreasonable, then there's no point in trying to reason with them. You just let them react and then see what happens. I mean, obviously, you attempt to try to educate the people on the fringes, but it seems like some of these folks are desperate for some kind of violent conflict. And that it boggles the mind because there's no one on earth less prepared than AOC for a violent conflict. It drives me crazy. Whenever you see these first generation Venezuelans and Cubans at conferences or getting interviewed by people, they're like, none of them will agree with anything she says. They've experienced the life that she's talking about. Mm-hmm. And they're like, no, I'm good, man. We can't, we literally risked our lives and floated across a fucking ocean to get here.
Yeah.
So we're not going back to that bullshit.
Yeah, they duct taped themselves to a Hawaiian punch raft and came over here, and now she's not satisfied with what's going on. Ilhan Omar also chimed in with a tweet demanding, among other things, criminalize violence against protesters, disband and deconstruct failed police departments, restore felon voting rights, ban all racial profiling by federal, state, and local agencies.
First of all, Ilhan Omar is an anti-Semite, so let's just start right there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But moving past that, racial profiling is already illegal.
Yeah,
right?
That's already legal, yeah.
So what are we doing here? We're not going to make murder illegal, are we? Because I got shit to do.
Well, almost. We almost did with LeBron James.
LeBron James, he's been getting lit the fuck up all day. Can you think of a bigger fucking hypocritical coward than that little bitch pussy motherfucker?
I can't.
Like, honestly, you can fucking talk about 9 people getting shot by police in America out of 374 million interactions with police, but you can't fucking adjust your brain a little bit and disengage from your business in China where they're literally running concentration camps for Uyghur Muslims right now. Are you out of your fucking mind? What a piece of fucking shit.
Daryl Morey did, so you should cheer for the Sixers.
Yeah, it's a great point. Because he was the owner of the
Rockets, GM of the Rockets.
GM of
but
the
yeah,
Rockets,
the only time
and then moved to Philly, and when
only person that came out and spoke up.
Only person that spoke out against China, and they got him the fuck out of there. And we're like, no, we can't say anything bad against China.
Yeah, now LeBron's walking around with a Wish.com logo on his jersey, talking about some fucking asshole. And look, Chauvin's a piece of shit, but are we really going to make a hero out of George Floyd? This guy was a piece of shit his entire life. He was a goddamn drug addict that fucking held a gun to a woman's belly, right?
Yeah.
To rob her house. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? This is the guy that we're fighting. This is Jesus. This is Black Jesus now. Get the fuck out of here, man. Exercise a little bit of fucking reason in your life. And he didn't do it yesterday, for sure.
No, Bob, pull up that tweet if you can from LeBron James, the one that he deleted. It's everywhere now because
I've got a picture of it if you don't.
Internets and things. But there was a shooting about an hour after the verdict in Columbus, Ohio, where a white officer shot a black girl who was trying to murder another girl with a knife.
Yeah, there was. I posted a picture of it today.
There it is. Pop that up on the old YouTubes there.
I posted a picture of it today on my Instagram and asked people what they thought about it. One woman said that she was trying to defend the girl that got shot by saying that the other two girls had tried to jump her or something. Like they could have saved all of them with a taser. I'm like, oh man, you don't really know how a taser works, do you?
No.
I mean, a taser first of all, it has to be precise. I have to hit two major muscle groups in your body. Right, I have to hit your chest and your abdomen, your legs, or something like that to make it seize up the right way. Otherwise, it just is uncomfortable or painful.
Yeah.
Anyways, they're also not accurate unless you get about 9 feet away from somebody. So you have to run all the way up to this woman that's trying to stab somebody actively.
Yep.
With a weapon that has a range of about 9 feet. And there's something called a 21-foot rule. Right.
Right.
If somebody has a deadly weapon in their hand and they're within 21 feet of me, I'm justified in pulling my firearm and shooting them because that's about the amount of time it takes for them to reach me if I have to pull my firearm, right? 21-foot rule. Pretty common. This is all nonsense, man. Maybe don't stab people if you get beat up. I've been punched in the face a bunch of times.
We don't even know if that story's true, by the way. All we know
it doesn't even matter. Even if it is true and if she was getting quote unquote jumped by the people, unless they pulled out a fucking tire iron and started swinging at her, she had no business pulling out a knife. Be a fucking man and fight people. Don't be a fucking pussy. You know what I mean?
Or a woe man. And she was a big woe man.
She was quite large, yeah.
But so LeBron James posted "You're next" with a little hourglass emoji and then put hashtag accountability before anybody knew what the actual story was.
Why don't you find that tweet that LeBron put out
right afterwards, yeah.
About Zlatan Ibrahimovic when he said,
"I'm
I'm kind of the wrong guy to actually go at because I do my homework," in all caps.
Yep.
Or no, he bolded that part. Yeah. So LeBron does his homework, just
so you know, because he said
actually doesn't do it.
Yeah, somebody else did it, but
he's also been reading the same chapter of The Godfather for about 5 years now.
Oh yeah.
Does he take pictures of himself reading books?
Mario Puzo is
during the finals or whatever playoffs, they always show him walking in with the same book for the playoff run, and he never gets past like the same chapter.
Weird. Look, it's a big book. So The Godfather is a big book, but he posted this and put this guy on blast without getting the facts. Thank God this guy was wearing body cam. And they had the footage, but here's where we're at in America is, it's a powder keg, essentially, at this point. The verdict is read. You have to race that out as fast as you can. I mean, dude, they had to get that to the editor real quick and be like, all right, great. Here's what actually happened. And then the violent footage of Homegirl just trying to murder this other person with a knife. Everybody was like, oh. And the weird thing is there was audio in that video. So when I listened to it, and I was surprised. I was like, shit, the body cams have advanced. You got audio now? The police officer's telling this girl to stop. She won't stop, clearly. He fucking smokes her. And then there was a couple parents that were...
Tells her to get down, too. The other girl.
Yeah. But there was a couple parents that were just 5 feet away. There were grown-ups just watching this go down. Yeah. And the guy goes, did you have to kill her? She's just a kid. Why did you have to kill her? It's a 16-year-old fuck with a knife.
Also, the one dad was kicking the other girl?
Yes.
This is bizarre.
The whole thing was fucked up. And imagine if you're a cop and you roll up to that. And the other thing they had was the 911 calls. So the 911 calls that came in said, hey, there's a girl who has a knife who's trying to kill somebody with this knife. Police officer rolls up, and what does he see? Yeah, fucking girl slanging a knife around the streets. Like, what the fuck is he supposed to do?
How's he supposed to know how old she is?
Age.
You got to cut them in half and count the rings.
I mean,
that's the only way to tell.
Of humans, yeah.
Yeah, you cut them in half.
Is that what we're doing for humans now?
Yeah.
We're just so you roll up and you see this. Were you fine with the other girl getting murdered? That's what I have a hard time with. Of like, well, if the other girl would have gotten murdered, then the cops didn't do enough, and now because the other girl got killed, then they were too excessive. Where's the fucking line? And if you're a police officer out there thinking about joining the police, and you're watching all this bullshit that's going on now with this and that other thing, why do you want that job anymore? What makes you want to do that job is what I can't figure out.
I sure as shit wouldn't do it. I mean, honestly, I can't believe, and I know it's because of a sense of duty and shit, but I can't believe that police, at least in certain areas, if not nationwide, haven't gone on strike. Like I would right now. If I was a Minneapolis police officer, I wouldn't show up to work ever. That'd be it for me. I mean, I might try to find somewhere else to go, but I certainly wouldn't work for those assholes.
So yesterday when we were leaving work, pull up at that stoplight, and a cop pulled up next to me, and I rolled down my window, and I waved, and it was a woman, and she kind of flinched. She was inside the car, and she looked at me bizarrely, and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Hey, I just wanted to thank you and let you know that we love you guys, and we love police officers in this city," or whatever. She was so taken aback by it that I was like, man, if you're on that much edge every single day, all day long, for this job that's protecting people, and you roll up, in a situation like this, it's got to cross your mind, like, all right, am I going to be the next Derek Chauvin?
Well, I mean, you got to think about
Chauvin
it like a tug of war, right? If you, let's say you're involved in a pretty serious tug of war match, and things are going well, then they start going poorly. Most people, until they lose, they keep trying. But if you see everybody else stop trying, you also stop trying. That is what we should expect here. Because society has clearly stopped trying. I mean, while these people were fucking bitching about this 16-year-old person, and by the way, if it was a 16-year-old black kid trying to shoot somebody, that'd be a man. But it's a fucking girl, right? Yeah. So it's a kid. No, it's not a kid. She was fucking like 280 fucking pounds, swinging a goddamn knife at somebody.
And it's from behind.
Yeah,
you couldn't tell.
Knows? But while all this fucking blubbering was going on for a fucking homicidal maniac, police shot the 16-year-old because she was trying to actually stab somebody. Not too far away, a 7-year-old girl gets smoked in a fucking drive-by. You didn't hear about that in the news, did you?
No.
Like within minutes of this happening, that happened. And the news is news. If you're going to say we need to report this stuff because it's important, what you're saying is what we don't report isn't important.
Right.
So the death of a 7-year-old innocent child in a car who was shot by gangbangers, that's not important. It's only important when it's a fucking white cop shooting a black fucking 16-year-old girl. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Regardless of what the circumstances of that case are, that means you are full of fucking shit. That's what that means.
Well, they know they can sell that headline.
Yeah.
And it's clear that that's what we're doing now. But for LeBron James, who's a fucking basketball player, look, man, the fucking shut up and dribble thing from Laura Ingraham.
If it applies to anybody, it's pretty much made for him.
Jesus Christ.
A guy with a high school education who's only fucking successful because he won the genetic lottery, basically. Yes. Otherwise,
he was born with the perfect NBA body.
He'd be doing construction somewhere if it weren't for that. Let's be real about that. Guy's a fucking moron.
So, are you an activist? Are you an NBA player? Which is it? Because what the fuck, man? And then he's taken some heat, so much so he took the tweet down, and then he posted 2 other tweets. What did they say after? Because he had 2 more tweets back to back after that, and he keeps talking about accountability. I wrote back to him. I was like, take accountability for your own actions. Like, dude, you put this guy's life at risk. You put their whole department at risk.
Yeah, I mean,
for a story that you didn't know about or have the facts about.
Yeah.
Yeah, pop that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
I mean, they're on my Instagram.
Because he blasted, not only that, but he blasted the Raiders for the I Can Breathe thing or whatever. Oh, yeah. And which was the dumbest shit ever. But
and then the Patriots responded immediately with like a better response.
Did they?
Yeah.
No.
Just because they're like, oh, let's take advantage of this.
Yeah. With LeBron, it was towards the top about anger or something there.
Yeah.
As anger does any of us good. I think he meant doesn't do any of us good, and that includes myself. Gathering all the facts and educating does, though. My anger is still here for what happened to that little girl. My sympathy for her family, and may justice prevail.
I got to be honest, man. Don't really give a fuck about her family, because nobody in my family's out on the street stabbing people right now. As bad as my fucked up ass family was, they're not fucking cruising the street in the middle of the day trying to stab other people. Honestly, like where the fuck was the mom or the dad in this situation?
Well,
the 2 adults that were standing 25 feet away from this incident, where were they? Fuck these people's family. Are you kidding me? Jesus fucking Christ. Like, how bad do you have to be before we start holding people accountable?
I saw the interview with the mom afterwards. Keep that tweet up because we'll go to it afterwards, Bob. But I saw that interview with the mom afterwards, and that was even creepier.
The mom, she was living with a foster family.
Oh, so what,
I don't think her actual biological mother from that interview was on the scene.
Got it.
She wasn't allowed. She wasn't allowed to be.
The way the media spun it was that was her mom, and then she did this interview, and she was like, "Oh, I always knew she was going to be destined for something, higher than this." And I was like, "Yo, that girl just got your daughter, or just got fucking smoked," and that's what you're saying. She wasn't crying or anything, and it's super calm, as if she was waiting for a press conference. Moments after, this girl got fucking killed. And then LeBron goes back and says, "I'm so damn tired of seeing black people killed by police that I took the tweet down," because he was getting hammered, obviously, because it's being used to create more hate. This isn't about one officer, it's about the entire system, and they always use our words to create more racism. I am so desperate for more accountability. Whose own words is what I don't
I don't know.
You were the one who made the fucking post, bro.
This is like you say something fucking stupid in public and you start lecturing people about what you did wrong. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, that is not only tone deaf, but a level of arrogance that you might expect from someone with the fucking phrase "chosen one" tattooed on their body. This guy should blow his fucking brains out of his head, to be honest. He is one of the most useless human beings on earth. He's in a position of power and influence where he could fucking make this situation better. And instead, he's using fucking Twitter the same way that cunt Donald Trump did to fucking ruin what might be an otherwise productive conversation. Fuck this guy. People that continue to fucking hate like this, and the residual, the downstream effects of that, which is distrust of the police, right? Which leads to a generational fucking poverty and crime that eventually results in deaths, either on the fucking side of the criminal or the cop. They lay solely at the feet of these fucking assholes who, for the last decade or so, have stood in the way of any real fucking progress being done because they want to make fucking points and be cunts and be the fucking hero and fucking stand above everybody else instead of solving the goddamn problem. Fuck this guy and fuck everybody like him.
Yeah, and it's not going to stop. I was curious this morning when we walked in. I was like, dude, will the NBA suspend him? No.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Anyone else? Any other fucking white player? Absolutely. You'd be gone.
Not a fucking chance he sees anything.
No, nothing. I bet you the commissioner doesn't even fucking call.
Cops are 18 and a half times more likely to be killed by a black person than an unarmed black person is to be killed by a cop. Simple. Well, the end. Maybe this systemic racism and policing thing is a fucking myth. It doesn't exist.
Maybe LeBron will tweet it. Maybe LeBron will tweet about it because that's what's important here. So
fuck him.
Yeah, man.
By the way, there's plenty of athletes that are saying a lot of cool shit. Marcellus Wiley.
Yeah.
Shaq.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Plenty of fucking dudes from that fucking world that are commentators in sports now that are rational human beings, right? So it's not everybody.
It's not everybody at all. Look. LeBron made a name for. He tried to quit the fucking season last year.
Yeah.
And what does he say? You guys don't deserve to be entertained while all this is going on. It's like, hey man, I didn't want to pay you fucking $37 million to play, watch you play basketball.
I don't care what LeBron James does.
Yeah.
Frankly,
I don't either.
I don't care what he says or does. I don't care how much money he makes. When I care is when he starts fucking getting in the way when progress is being made, and that's what he does every single fucking day. Right, because he wants to make it about him. He wants to be the first guy out there with a tweet. LeBron James was on this from the very beginning. He wants to hear that on fucking Sports Center instead of seeing actual problems solved.
And the same with
fuck this guy.
With Nancy Pelosi after the verdicts came in, where she came out and thanked George Floyd for dying, which was
I've never heard that. That's one of the most cringy things I've ever heard in my life.
Oh boy!
Like who did?
Thank you, George Floyd, for dying.
Most of these people have PR teams that help them craft statements and stuff before they go out in public. Clearly, that didn't happen.
No, she was riffing.
I think it did. I think that's just how fucking stupid a lot of the people who work for these people
it's
are.
Possible.
Maybe.
She's also 100 years old.
I know.
Like
she's 80. Yeah. She's 81, maybe?
82.
80. Yeah. So, why do we have these fucking people? I don't know. It's not going to change. So I don't know what the fuck I'm bitching about. Next up is ghostbed.com/drinking bros. I need a fucking nap after these tweets. I can tell you that from LeBron James. If you're looking to take one, you can roll on down to ghostbed.com/drinking bros. 30% off everything in the entire store. Pillows, sheets, mattresses, adjustable bases, you name it, they got it. Head on down to ghostbed.com/drinking bros today. And that adjustable base is 40% off. Yeah. Type in the promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkouts when you're doing all this fun stuff. And then you can hop on over to the 36-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest there. Combine all those deals, and then you're good to go. Sleep so good, it's scary at ghostbed.com/drinking bros. Next up, Joe Biden solves the illegal immigration problem by banning use of the term illegal immigrant. I think we're good. I think he solved it. I don't think we need it. So
Obama did the same thing, by the way, to a phrase called parallel reconstruction.
Yeah.
Parallel reconstruction is when you use illegal wiretaps to find information, and then you go back and create a pathway by which you could have found that information legally after the fact.
Right.
So you don't have to admit that you have an illegal wiretap. It's called parallel reconstruction. Same thing for drones. The word drone was banned after, Obama set the record for dropping the most remote bombs of any president.
Yeah.
All presidents.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Banned the word drone, then banned UAV as well, and came up with a unique 3-letter acronym just for the military.
That's fun.
So nobody in the press could identify it.
Yeah.
So when people in the press use that phrase in quotes from command level people in the military, no one in the public would know what the fuck they were talking about.
Yeah, so on April 19th, it was announced the CBP and ICE will be required to update the terminology they use in official documents regarding illegal immigrants. The organizations will no longer be able to use the terms illegal alien and unaccompanied alien children. Now, officials will be required to use undocumented non-citizen. Is that real? I didn't read that part.
This is like Brave New World, man.
I heard this story, but I did not read it.
Yeah.
Unaccompanied, like, are you kidding?
When you start
undocumented, non-citizen.
When you start manipulating language intentionally to trick people at the government level, then that's pretty much the end. That's the end of government right there. Right? It's a race between how much power government can take before people wake up and realize what's happening. We're in a foot race right now.
Yeah. The next one they banned was immigrants assimilation. That's no longer acceptable, and it'll now be referred to as immigrants integration. The administration claims current terminology is dehumanizing and offensive, and the changes will help change public perception.
Why don't we actually change some policies and not just the words we use to describe them?
Yeah, or get the fucking kids out of the cages like you said you were going to do on day one.
I mean, either one of those.
That's what's, I don't think words are the real problem down there right now.
Well, people are into the emotional reasoning thing, right? Words hurt. I mean, we all grew up saying sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. And that was a really important lesson to learn as a child, because people say, whether intentionally or unintentionally, cruel things sometimes. And I would say the vast majority of the time it's actually unintentional, because they don't know how you're feeling about a certain subject and they say something and it's hurtful. Mm-hmm. That doesn't, just because something hurts your feelings, right, doesn't mean it's offensive. That's not what that means, right?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah, well, certainly not anymore.
Not anymore. These are non-citizens now. Is that worse? I'm trying to think about it.
Literally,
this is the first time
literally in Brave New World, instead of having two words that were antonyms of each other.
Yeah.
So instead of having back and forward, they would get rid of the word forward and say not back. That's the story of Brave New World, as they were manipulating language. It's literally that. It wasn't a fucking playbook, motherfucker. It was a warning. Jesus Christ. I mean,
we're here.
At this point, it's like you're fucking skiing and you're already too far down the mountain. You're like, well, I'm not climbing the fuck back up there. So let's just keep on going down until this fucking war gets started.
What are you saying, Georgia?
As a grandchild of illegal immigrants, I'm going to keep saying it.
Okay.
It's our phrase, and we represent it.
You take that back, George.
Yeah, we're repurposing it.
You take it back. That's for you.
Appreciate that, Ross. Appreciate it.
There's no camera on you guys today.
Nah, we were setting up a lot of other shows.
All right, because I was going to have you swing around and see. You did dye your hair blonde. Everybody was asking.
I did.
So if you want to pop on in behind us and show the audience, you can just come stand in front of my single here if it's on a single of me. Giorgio was a man of his words, so after picking Ben Askren versus Jake Paul, I took Jake Paul. He's blonde. Blonde ambition. He's back, baby. I told you you'd look good with it, though. Yeah. So you pulled it off. It's your complexion, dude. We have to wear makeup and shit because I look like Steve Bannon without it. Like, it'd be red and blush. You've got the Greek skin where you're fucking good, dude.
Yeah, I'm good, but I gotta have something. I'm all like 5'4", so God's gotta give me something.
Yeah.
There's no God.
No.
Don't be ridiculous.
Dan's just, it's dark. No government, no God.
Look,
there's only Dan.
I'm thinking about a new shirt, and it just says principles, comma, not people, period. Stop worshiping fucking people. Why do we worship people? You know what I mean? That doesn't make any fucking sense to me at all. Why tie yourself down to one person who is fickle and who ages and changes over time? An idea lasts forever. The idea that we're all on an equal playing field and that personal responsibility, entrepreneurship, and self-determinism are the most important things that any government can offer a human being. That is a good idea, and it lasts forever, right? Yeah. Certain political points will ebb and flow during the years. You see there's always political flips. Sometimes Republicans are super pro-war. Sometimes, like now, Democrats are super pro-war. That shit changes. Why tie yourself down to something that changes, forcing you to change with it? It doesn't make any sense.
Giorgio, I like your T-shirt idea. What was it?
Only Dan?
No, you were like, don't believe in God, don't believe in something else, and then, only Dan. What is it?
Something. I forgot. These ideas are good. I'm not high today, so I'm...
Really?
Yeah.
Roll the tape back.
Yeah, that's strange, man. It feels weird you not being high. But you could also create your own website, Only Dan. Instead of OnlyFans, and then it's just you telling everybody.
I'm not doing all that.
What to do with their life.
That seems like way too much work.
Bill Schofield says you look great with the blonde hair. I agree. Actually, it's weird.
Yeah, it does look. He looks like.
Look cool.
He looks like Machine Gun Kelly after a nice home fucking cooked meal.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he has AIDS. You look less like you have AIDS than you have the entire time you've worked for us.
This is very true. I don't know why, but yeah.
You look cool. Shit. Pulled it off. Next up, we got Babbel.com, Babbel.com. In case you don't speak Spanish.
You could probably learn Greek on that, too.
Yeah. Do you know any Greek? You're Greek.
I know the body language of Greek.
No, that's Italian. Sorry.
There it is.
I was doing the Family Guy Italian thing. That doesn't work.
You guys are you guys doing it on? Is it
American Party? Yeah, we're learning Spanish. Yeah.
Learning Spanish there. Babbel's 15-minute lessons are super easy. The perfect way to learn a new language on the go. They got 14 different languages on this app: Spanish, French, Italian, and German are part of those. And then Babbel's got the speech recognition technology, which helps you improve your pronunciation.
That's my favorite part because I don't like anybody.
Yep.
So if you really want to learn and test your fucking language capabilities, you got to find a native speaker of that language, typically, right? Because they're going to catch all the little stuff that somebody else wouldn't catch. Luckily, they have really good speech recognition. This is the first time I've ever seen it on any of these apps on Babbel, where it can tell you if you're fucking up the pronunciation without having to talk to another human being. Being the human being that I am.
Sure.
Obviously, I can't tolerate too many people being around me. And they can't tolerate it either.
No.
So the more I can do by myself.
Yeah, the happier you are. And right now, when you purchase a 3-month of Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months free. That's 6 months, all for the price of 3. Just go to Babbel.com, use the promo code DrinkinBros to cash in that deal. That is Babbel.com. Promo code DrinkinBros for an extra 3 months free. Babbel is the language for life.
Sherry Champagne wants to know if Giorgio also made the carpet match the drapes.
Ah.
I am a baby born downstairs. If you know.
Oh
what
yeah,
that
it looks like a
means.
turtle shell down there.
Oh, you shave up.
Oh, yeah.
Full.
Oh, yeah.
You go full Monty, or you leave any rough around that green.
The fans, I like to call them, prefer me that way. So I do it. For
Oh, your
people.
OnlyFans is
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
What is your OnlyFans at right now?
Just Giorgio, and we are at 19 members.
19 members. Are they all gay Marines?
They are. Us, yeah. Some are SEALs. So
Really?
yeah.
No shit. That's cool.
You're really moving up in the world.
Yeah, dude. You're getting higher. Is there one single woman that follows you?
One.
Just one?
Yes.
Is it
What does she look like?
Asian with orange hair.
Really?
Lots of tattoos, long acrylic nails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Approximate weight.
Does she?
104.
Okay.
So she's just a pervert then.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. So why don't you date her?
Wait, is this the
She lives
girl
in
that
Los Angeles.
whose membership you pay for?
No, that's Bad Barbie.
Oh, yeah. But she didn't get nude, right?
No.
Who is Bad Barbie?
That's the Cash Me Outside. How about
No,
that
it's
girl?
Bad Baby.
Oops.
Whatever.
Yeah, I think you're
Fuck, right?
subscribing to the wrong person, Giorgio.
When you get famous off of Dr. Phil, then it's like, what do we? I mean, look, she had a #1 album, so who gives a shit? But, one girl out of 19. It's not a good ratio.
It's not.
The rest of them are probably just asking you to
Well, I
stuff
mean,
things up
you're
your
still
butt.
more likely to run into a girl on his OnlyFans than you are to be a black unarmed person killed by cops, right?
Wow.
18.5% or 18.5 times more likely for a cop to get killed.
Right. Is that 1 out of 19?
I'm not good at math, Ross.
neither.
I'm blonde now.
18.5 times means 1 out of 18.5, asshole.
Okay. Well, he's got 19 fans.
And I
Yeah, which
have a
makes
blonde
it-
asshole. So
Wait, a blonde asshole?
He bleached it.
Oh, you bleached your asshole?
Yeah, he bleached his asshole.
No, you bleached the hair on your asshole. You bleached your actual asshole.
You bleached the asshole.
No one calls a bleached asshole a blonde asshole. They call it a bleached asshole.
They should now.
Yeah, prove it.
Prove it, yeah.
right.
Prove it. No, I'm kidding.
Please
Just
don't
imagine.
prove it.
They're probably going to throw us off of YouTube anyways after
Yeah,
this
that's
episode,
fine.
so who cares? In case anyone forgot, Andrew Cuomo is still a piece of shit. He's under investigation once again, and they're going to keep leaving him in there. How many fucking lives does this guy have? Jesus Christ. New York State Attorney General has opened up an investigation into allegations regarding Andrew Cuomo's misuse of state funds now. According to the New York Times, Cuomo is being investigated for using state resources to write his memoir, American Crisis, Leadership Lessons from the COVID-19 Pandemic.
Wow, is he going to get another fucking
That is the
award for
actual
this?
title. That is the actual title of this book.
So he's already won an Emmy, right?
His brother did, I believe.
No, Cuomo won something. Andrew Cuomo won something.
Look it up, Hot Bob. I think he won, though, for being on...
Yeah, he received an Emmy
Yeah.
Andrew?
Yeah.
For what?
For like his book, for reading his book or
for
some interview
masterful
or some shit.
COVID-19 briefing.
Yeah, it was a documentary or some shit. I don't remember.
Yeah, what the fuck? Is that real? What are they giving an Emmy for? There's no category for that.
The International Academy of Television Arts and Sciences announced Friday that it is breaking with tradition and awarding its International Emmy Founders Award to a real politician.
And it's Cuomo.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, the governor's
I didn't make it up.
111 daily briefings worked so well because he effectively created television shows with characters, plot lines, and stories of success and failure.
This is fucking crazy. What are we doing anymore?
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia can't win an Emmy, but Andrew Cuomo won one for murdering a bunch of old people.
If you're not watching on
That's
YouTube,
all you had to do.
I'm just gonna fucking take my own cock and
Rob
suck it.
McElhenney, that's all you had to do was fucking kill a bunch of fucking elderly people. And you would have won that Emmy by now, guy.
Dude.
You've been doing it the whole fucking wrong way this whole time.
Wow. All you had to do is kill Gampy Gammy.
Yeah.
You know?
Kill 10,000 elderly people.
Kill Gampies and Gammies and you would have gotten the Emmy.
Honestly, it's still
Christ.
better than Barb from Stranger Things being nominated.
Was she?
Who's Barb?
From Stranger Things, the
She's
fat girl.
the first one that died with the red hair.
She was the worst.
Yeah, she was great. She's a great actress. Very convincing. I still think about Barb to this day. Where is she? Where the fuck is she? Everybody else came back from the other side.
Anyways.
It has previously been reported that Cuomo's aide secured a $4 million advance to write the book, while also pressuring health department officials to alter reports, which showed how poorly Cuomo handled COVID outbreaks.
Wait,
in
so you
nursing
can be a
homes.
sitting
I
governor?
understand now. Okay.
You can be a sitting governor and talk about what you're doing as governor and sell that for a $4 million advance?
Yes. So all the publishing houses are in New York, and
Jesus
they've
Christ.
been sucking this guy's cock for fucking until they found out all the Gampy and Gammies died. By him asking, all right, thinking about this, by him asking to hide the deaths, he could secure that advance. The first part of that advance is guaranteed. So it's broken up into, like when you get a book deal like this, say it's fucking $4 million, right? They don't give you the $4 million.
You probably get 1.5 up front, then you get like kickers.
It comes in 4 different payments. So he'll probably get $1 million just for signing the contract. So he's trying to secure that because that's going to determine the rest of his payments. I understand this, so now he's fucking hiding shit so he can get more money off the book. Because let's face it, what does the governor of New York pay you? What's the salary for that? 150, 175?
No, it's probably 250. I bet
for governor. The president only makes what, 400,000? Be a lot. What is the What is the governor?
225.
Yeah, 225. And living in New York with his own taxes? Fuck that! You can't afford shit.
Well, he lives in the governor's mansion for free.
That's right.
So
you do get a free house.
Yeah.
Fuck, he's got free housing.
That's what we should start having. Only homeless people run for office. That way, at least they have somewhere to fucking live afterwards.
You can have a nice house.
Yeah. It's like a lottery. And imagine how hard they would campaign.
Oh yeah.
To try to be the only guy that gets off the street that year.
Be amazing. So yeah, for $4 million, he would have gotten $1 million probably at signing, $1 million on the drop date. Another $1 million when the paperback came out a year later, and there was probably a kicker in there.
There's at least one kicker at 150 or 200, something like that, right?
Hardbacks. So if he sold for a $4 million advance, you'd have to sell 1 million hardbacks on that, and that's probably when that other $1 million kicks in. And let's face it, if he would have gotten away with this, with killing all these Gampy Gammies, I think he would have done that because people fucking loved him and they were ready for him to run for president. Remember?
Oh yeah, he was being teed up for president.
They wanted Biden to die.
But all that shit always happens. Like some guy. That's how fickle the American public is, and it's also how stupid the media believes the American public is. And the only reason the media believes Americans are that stupid is because Americans are that stupid.
Yeah.
Or at least they behave that way, right? But it takes like this amount of time. Like, oh, fucking DeSantis is definitely going to run for president in 2024. We have no idea. That dude might be involved in a bunch of bullshit. People were talking about Matt Gaetz being a fucking cabinet member for DeSantis. And look, that's probably not going to happen now, right?
Who knows?
Regardless of how any of this comes out, Gaetz is pretty much done politically because it didn't get resolved immediately.
Yep.
Right?
It's still lingering out there. Hammer the like button if you're watching on YouTube. If you've got lingering pains or aches or anything like that, go to feels.com, D'Anthony. Do you feels like I do?
I think it's Can You Feels the Love Tonight. But I don't want to sing it because I feel like we'll get that
dinged.
movie just came back out again.
It did, yeah.
I watched it the other day, by the way, with my dogs.
The Lion King?
Yeah, and
the new one or the old one?
The new one. My dogs watched it more than I did.
Okay.
They were super. It was weird.
Yeah.
I saw those things on the internet with dogs watching The Lion King.
Yeah.
And my dog was like just cocking his head the whole time.
Did your dogs enjoy it?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but I didn't. So I assume they didn't. But they do like CBD. I give them CBD dog treats. Hopefully Feels will come out with those eventually.
Great. Feels.com/Drinkin Bros. You're going to get 50% off your first order when you get it. We've had a lot of offers for CBD on this program. We only use the ones that we have vetted. Feels is one of the very best in that space as far as the edibles and the droplets go. My wife actually uses this every single night. So it just comes in the mail like on the 15th of every month or something like that. And when she doesn't have it, she's not a happy camper because she doesn't want to use like drugs and shit to go to sleep or 5 gallons of NyQuil. So she uses every single night. This is an easy one for me, but it comes in an amazing packaging and all that other shit. It's truly one of the best out there on the market. And if you want to relieve some stress or you can't sleep or you're feeling a little achy, get some CBD right now. And then again, joining the Feels monthly membership makes it easy for you because I don't have to think about it. That's more important for me in this life now is if I can put things on auto pay.
Yeah.
Things shipped to my house. Same with the fucking seltzer that we have coming out, where it's like, dude, I just want it shipped to my house. That's it. Ship this shit, and we are. It'll be shipped right to you. And this is the same way with Feels, man. I go out to the fucking mailbox. There it is. Boom. Start feeling better today with Feels. Become a member today by going to feels.com/Drinkin Bros. You'll get 50% off your first order with free shipping. That is feals.com/drinkinbros to become a member and get 50% off automatically. Next up, Chicago mayor. Ooh, big fan of Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Wants police to ask for permission to pursue criminals.
Ask who for permission?
I don't know. She can't ask her Gampy and Gammy. They probably died from COVID in New York.
I don't know where she's from originally, but
I don't either. But Beetlejuice impersonator Lori Lightfoot is in the news again, showing exactly why Chicago is a war zone. It's the south side of it. The mentally challenged Crypt Keeper lookalike announced a possible change to police procedure that would require an officer to request permission from a supervisor before pursuing a suspect on foot.
So, look, we're either going to hire people to be police that we can fucking trust to do that job, or let's just get rid of police altogether, because there's no in between.
No.
Lukewarm shit gets people hurt, man. It does. It lets violent criminals get away, and it puts cops in a situation where they hesitate and get themselves hurt or hurt somebody else. Just choose one. Stop being a fucking coward, Lori, and decide if you want police or not. If you do, shut the fuck up. If you don't, let it go.
What are you going to do, like, if you're a cop? Freeze! Now let me call my supervisor and make sure this is okay.
Yeah, like how far can you chase them before the call goes through? You get a good 20 steps, but then you're like, all right, I got to quit until I get my fucking ring back.
I'm just out of breath. I got to call this. Let me, hey, just hang on. I got to make a call real quick.
Or do you call timeout?
We can keep going.
No, timeout. Base.
Yeah.
It's like children, man. These people think like fucking children. It was announced after that fucking, the 13-year-old Adam Toledo got shot last week. By the way, that's another one. You're not hearing a whole lot of public discussion about this person, this 13-year-old Adam Toledo either right now, because he had a gun in his hand seconds before getting shot. Had his hand behind a fence, threw the gun behind a fence, and then darted out with his hands. But the cop who had already seen him with a gun, who thought he was pulling a gun on him, of course he shot him, right? Yeah. That's how that works.
Yeah. My God, man.
And any time it doesn't fit the narrative, it doesn't make the news.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes it not news. That means it's not news.
No, it's definitely not.
No, it's just straight editorializing.
Yeah.
That's all it is now. And I don't look, I like editorializing sometimes. I like to hear people's perspective on things because it lets me know how they think and feel. Mm-hmm. And that can give me more information about how I should change the way I think and feel, right? If they have a good point, then I'll fucking change. If they have a bad point, now I know that that's stupid and I don't have to listen to that person again, right? But the first step is to listen to what they're saying. But some people, like Lori Lightfoot, for example, or AOC, I'm not going to listen to anything they say.
No.
Because they've demonstrated a wanton disregard for anything even closely resembling reason. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's just about them. Really, it's about them and their ego. I'm Captain Planet over here. Fucking by our powers combined, go fuck yourself.
Try this. Just try it out and see how that works, crime-wise.
Yeah, honestly, just get rid of cops entirely. Let's do it.
Yeah, I was telling some cops that were at our live show Sunday, I was like, anybody who wants to defund the police or wants all this other fucking bullshit, they should put a sign on the door. Just says, I don't need your help. They should put a block on the line for 911 because they don't need help and everything is fine. And then see what happens after 2 weeks.
Do the old opt-out. Give everybody a fucking, let's use this Chinese slave labor that LeBron's so comfortable with.
Yeah.
Stitching his shoes together. Make everybody a fucking Apple Watch or something similar.
Yeah.
And that's what you use to call the police, right? And if you don't want police to exist, you don't get one.
You don't get a watch.
So go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
All right? Deal with your own fucking problems.
And if you're out there dealing with insurance problems, well, now's the time for Policy Genius.
They will save you a bunch of money, yeah.
They will. Policy Genius this is one that's super easy, man. You just go there and you type in your amount, and then boom, they'll give you the other amounts. So in April, look, there's not so fun things, Anthony. April Fools, which I fucking hate.
Yeah.
getting rained on and getting your taxes done. Is there rain for the Kentucky Derby, Bob? Look up the weather.
It's raining
forecast.
right now.
Look up the
It was
weather
when I got
forecast.
back here.
Out here?
Here, yeah.
Boy.
Yep.
So if you need a positive experience to balance all of this out, you can consider shopping for home and auto insurance with Policy Genius. Policy Genius can help you find home and auto coverage similar to what you have now, but at a lower price. In fact, they've saved customers up to $1,055 per year by reshopping their home and auto coverage. Getting started is easy.
That's almost $100 a month.
Yes, dude. Just go to policygenius.com. Answer a few quick questions about yourself, about your insurance, and your property and all that stuff, and then they'll take it from there. They'll compare rates from America's top insurers, from Progressive to Allstates to USA to everybody else. Find out your lowest quotes, man. All around the nation, they'll find your lowest quotes. Policy Genius team will look at ways to maximize your savings, including bundling your home and auto policies. If Policy Genius finds a better rate than what you're paying now, they'll switch you over for free. That kind of service offered Policy Genius a 5-star rating across the board at thousands of reviews. Policy Genius can promise you that you won't leave their website feeling like a fool, D'Anthony. They've saved customers up to $1,055. I'm going to say that one more time. Per year compared to other current home and auto policies. Head to policygenius.com and get started now. Policy Genius. When it comes to your insurance, it's nice to get it done right. It's nice to get it done right. No promo code on that, huh? No promo code either. Is that just a
No,
free site, dude?
you can go to Policy Genius and navigate through their portal and log in to your insurance company through their website, and it analyzes your policy and it compares it to other ones.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so you don't need any of that stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It'll find the commensurate policy that you have for the best possible price that exists.
Yeah.
It's really that simple.
Damn, dude. Shit. Next up, The Squad. Dude, they blatantly proved they were total fucking hypocrites. Man, we've been talking about them all show, I feel like, this group of progressive Democrats known as The Squad, which is a fun, flirty thing, has called for defunding the police and then restricting, obviously, Americans' access to guns.
Well, Illinois
All
family did
from
that in fucking
behind.
Somalia.
Yeah.
And then they murdered everybody. So I'm all
Weird.
set on that.
Yeah,
Thanks.
weird.
And then Egypt did it to his population a long time ago, and then they've been pretty stable ever since. Yeah, we're all set on your guys' opinions. Thanks.
But the fun thing about this is, according to a report by the FEC, AOC, Omar, that's Ayanna Pressley, and Cori Bush have each spent thousands of dollars on personal security details. Members of the squad have a combined total of $77,000 for security since the beginning of this year, and we're only in April. So that number is going to climb. Between January and March of this year, AOC alone spent $40,000 on security service and consultation. Each and every single one of these hypocrites is called for defunding of the police.
Yeah.
And guns and all that other stuff, but yet they're using police and then hiding behind people with guns so they can do their shit.
Yeah, I would extend that a little bit farther. If you're a security contractor out there and you're working for these people, then you're a hypocrite too.
Well, or call into the show. Let us know what they're doing. Stay on the inside.
No, don't.
Stay on
Do
the
not
inside.
provide any kind of safety or security for people that are trying to rob the safety and security away from you. That's a pretty good principle in life. Fuck these people.
Here's the thing. Maybe, Dan, if somebody starts attacking one of them, they'll hold up their finger and say, hang on.
I have to call my supervisor. Can I circle back on this attack right quick? Oh, they're only trying to stab you. I tried to use my taser. Sorry about all the holes in your body.
Yeah. Sorry about
Shut
that.
the fuck up.
Sorry about it. Boy, that's a lot of money. Shit.
She's spending about 10 grand a month on private security.
Who pays for that?
That's not that much.
Who pays for that?
Her PAC, probably.
God
I mean,
damn
the
it.
government's not paying for it.
No shit. 120 grand a month on security? I mean, a year?
Yep.
That's a lot of money, Dan. Damn it.
I mean, it's a full-time job for one person.
Yeah,
For
sure.
Security contractor.
But what do you
that-
care? If we're going to defund police and we don't need the shit, like, what do you care? What does she care? What do these people care? I don't understand.
I don't know, man. Look,
You don't need protection anymore.
here's what I think people should do. Just start wearing diapers and shitting your pants on a regular basis. Then nobody will fuck with you. Think about all the times you've stumbled out of a bar drunk before. And imagine running into one of two guys. One is the fucking overly served bro, right?
Yeah.
You know you can fucking tee it up with this guy. We're going to scrap a little bit. We'll both go home and it'll be fine. You walk outside and it's some fucking homeless dude that's clearly shit himself. You're like, fuck this. Like, I don't mind kicking this guy's head in, but I'm not getting human shite all over my body.
Yeah, don't
right?
need that.
So that's my plan for safety and security in America. Dan, 2024, everybody shits themselves.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what crazy people do, right? We're clearly mentally fucking deranged in this country now.
That's a great bumper sticker, Giorgio. Write that down.
Yeah, write it down. You
Dan,
piece of shit.
2024, everyone shits themselves.
I mean, it's in the notes.
Okay, good.
Thanks, Bob, for doing your job. Don't fucking humble brag about doing your job, you asshole.
Yeah, we're
like,
proud
hey,
of you, Bob.
I'm over here producing. Like,
Hot
yeah, you're the
Bob.
producer, Bob. Thanks.
Hot Bob, dude. At it again.
Dickhole.
I do it about once a month, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
well, you do.
Wait,
for
shit your
fun.
pants?
Yeah.
And your OnlyFans.
Well, I
right.
average. No, just on my personal
I
tools.
actually do need to circle back on why that is happening.
Everybody gets one, right? One a year.
A year?
You get to shit your pants once a year.
Not one a
whoa,
year.
whoa,
I would
whoa,
say
whoa,
one
whoa.
every 3 years is fine.
Yeah.
Maybe 5.
I'd go one every 3 years.
I would say one every 3 years, but no more than 2 and 5.
How about a shart? One shart a year?
One short a year is fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
One time you can shit your pants in 3 years, no more than 2 and 5 years. I feel like that's fair.
As soon as you feel liquid, though, most people just clench up. Do you just let go?
Sometimes you can't
sometimes.
hold it.
You just you go full frozen and just let it go?
Have you ever-
I have a disorder, so I'm not.
Oh, that's
That's right.
true.
You
Yeah.
got Crohn's disease.
Yeah, you're just over here lobbying for your own fucking disease. Fuck you, guys.
Everyone
dude.
has, their own,
Dude, if you met the reverse OBJ of you, somebody that wanted to be shit
Oh,
on,
yeah.
Nah.
you would be like their
Or
dream.
just be gay and date OBJ, I guess.
Yeah. Give it a go, man.
Who don't date them, get paid. Make some money on
Your
it.
Eagles could use
Why
it.
does it always have to be about a transaction for you guys? Sometimes you just want to have fun in life.
Yeah, maybe. Speaking of the overly served bro, Scotty Riley, the honorable dirtbag, which is a great username, just threw you $50 and said, betting money for the Derby, booze, drugs, when whatever dirtbagism you got in them filthy brains. Hashtag APAC, hashtag drinking bros.
We are pieces of shit.
Yeah, and we will use that money on
New underwear.
many drinks at the Kentucky Derby. By the way, serious thing for this guy here, which is awesome. I think, Dan, and this is dangerous, but I think I got the package where we have an open bar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which there's like 2 sections there. Whew.
I mean, it's not going to
They're gonna
matter.
regret
I don't
that.
care. There's not a whole lot of places where we're going to go where they're going to be able to stop me from drinking because of cost.
Right.
And if that were the kind of place I was heading to, clearly I would pregame before I got there.
Obviously.
If some place has like $17, $18 cocktails, I'm having 4 of them before I even
Leave the house, yeah.
There's not.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
That's hilarious. That's fucking
Life is all
hilarious.
about managing expectations and being prepared.
Goddamn right it is.
Luck is when skill meets opportunity, right? And that's why I drink 4 shots before I leave my house every day.
Last but not least here it is. The most retarded thing you will hear all week.
That's a bold statement.
Well, I'm a bold man.
It's been a retarded week.
Yeah, I'm a bold man. Journalist Beverly Huang. I always love a woman with a last name of Wang, by the
I
way.
just love a woman with a wang.
Yeah, who doesn't? Recently posted an article on the ABC Everyday website calling for more representation of disabled, queer, gender diverse, minority, and single parent characters on a popular TV show. The TV show in question is called Bluey, a cartoon starring...
Anthropomorphic dogs.
Yeah, yep, it's the one with the dogs, dude. Set in the Australian capital of Queensland, the cartoon follows the titular character named Bluey, who is a blue heeler puppy. In the article, Beverly Wang asks, where are the disabled, queer, poor, gender diverse, dogs of color, and single-parent dog families?
What?
So what? I guess the goal is to.
What is a dog of color?
Well, I think it's the goal is to have children start dividing each other into groups as early as possible, right? This is the same model that the fucking tobacco companies use to get kids hooked on fucking cigarettes, by the way. Yeah. Like, you get them involved in this intersectional bullshit at the earliest. I'm a good ally for my friend. Your friend is fucking 6.
Yep.
They don't need an ally. They need a diaper. Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ, man. It's easy these kids to be mentally damaged their entire lives.
Yeah.
It's like, I think the second, maybe, or third Ender's Game series book. We had Orson Scott Card on before.
Yeah.
There was this one planet where a lot of Asian people lived. This is well into the future.
Sure.
And they were intentionally giving them mental disorders because it like made them autistic, basically, right? So
Right.
they were the best thinkers in the entire universe, but they did that on purpose. They were genetically modifying them. That's what we're doing now. We think we're fucking making kids more empathetic and woke, but all we're doing. Does it seem like the left is empathetic? Does anybody feel like that is the result of whatever the fuck they're doing right now? Because all they do is jump to fucking conclusions like LeBron did yesterday, right? And then fucking try to dox people and talk about how they hate people. We've never seen the amount of vitriol for a human being in politics like we saw for Donald Trump, ever.
Yeah.
And that came from the left. So whatever they're doing to try to make people more empathetic, which I know is their stated goal, you're failing.
I'm really
Go back to that old drawing board.
I'm worried about the single parent dog families.
Well,
that's a big deal.
I just want to see one dog family. Show me evidence of one
happy dog family?
One real family
Yeah, of dogs.
of a man and woman dog that shit out 3 or 4 puppies that are now living together, right? In a 3-bedroom home somewhere in fucking the Midwest.
Yeah.
Right? And he's working, he's a door-to-door delivery guy.
Yeah.
Right? He still loves that life.
In Zanesville, Ohio.
Yeah.
Just happy family of dogs. We've lost our minds. We've lost our minds, and that is the most fucked up thing that I've read this
What we're
week.
gonna
But
do.
it's gonna be the same thing next week, so that's why the show is fucking awesome. Our Drinkin' Bro of the Week is actually in studio today. Come on up, sir. Come on up. There it is. Welcome. Look at you. Strong stash. Strong stash, dude. Tell everybody your name. Squeeze on in. Hop on down. We don't have another chair.
Talking to the microphone.
Talking to the microphone, though.
Patrick Murphy,
All the way down.
all the way down.
There it is.
All right.
No, I mean on it.
You gotta deep throat that
All right,
thing.
on it. Patrick Murphy from Southern California.
No, I mean you've got to.
Yep, stay on it.
There you
Yep.
go. Stay on it. There it is.
Drinking Bro of the Week, I'm going to go ahead and give to my dad. Hardworking man that spent his whole life sacrificing everything for his kids and always supported me and made me the person I am today. So goes out to Mark Murphy.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Your wife is also here today. We want to say thanks for coming out and putting up with our fucking bullshit. Boy.
I made her laugh at least once. I saw it out of the corner of my eye.
One time.
Yeah. It's the only time I was paying attention.
Come back Saturday night and rage. It was funny. I was downtown because I just switched hotels. Up in Dripping Springs, there's a wedding, I guess, and so we only have 2 hotels up there. That they fucking rented them all out. So they were like, you gotta vacate. You know, I didn't plan in advance. I was like, who the fuck's gonna be staying at a Holiday Inn up here, right? As I'm keeping an eye on the house, like the contractors and shit. And they were like, sir, you've got to leave. And I was like, oh shit. So I'm staying downtown. I go down to work out last night, and I run across the street to grab a bite of food. And I saw you in the lobby, and you're like, hey, it's me. I DM'd you on Instagram. I'm the one who's coming into the show tomorrow. And I was like, well, shit. Sit down, have dinner. It was just me by myself. So you and I had dinner last night together. Just 2 grown men sharing a meal, a couple laughs, and a couple drinks. And I had a great time. Did your wife know?
Yeah, when I brought the food up to her. Yeah.
Oh, late. Okay, cool. As I was like, man, you've been down here a long time. I wonder if his wife knows, or like you were just down, thought you were down at the bar, just hitting on chicks.
Was the food cold by the time you brought it up to her?
No, I brought it up first thing.
And did you go hang out in Ross's room after that dinner?
Well,
No, we're not staying at the same hotel. They're at a better one. I don't know what the event is that's going on, but a lot of hotels are sold out down here. I mean, the wedding thing was way out in the sticks, but like downtown was. Every hotel was like.
Oh,
sold
I was
out.
asking if you guys had gay sex.
Oh yeah.
It's not gay.
Fucked each other.
Unless
Yeah,
you say that it is.
So that's kind of the rules, Giorgio.
Come on, man.
Sorry, bro.
I'm new to this. I just became blonde.
Yeah, would you grow up in a single dog family? God.
No,
damn
he
it,
grew up in a
single-parent dog
family. He grew up in a cis dog family with fucking a mom and a dad dog, right, and a
Yeah.
sister and a brother. No, he's never lived through any kind of dog trauma in his life.
Yeah, man.
I put down 2 of my own dogs.
No, that's not really what we were getting at, but that's fucked up.
No one asked.
No, yeah.
No one asked.
No. By the way, someone that has a dog that died never says I put down 2 of my own dogs.
Yep, and that's a perfect way to end the podcast, right?
It really is, because we love to end them dark, super dark. I put down 2 of my own dogs.
Oof.
Wasn't a good day.
It's not.
Sounds like it was.
Sounds you enjoyed the shit out of it.
You were 2 for 2, I guess.
Dark motherfucker, dude. Yeah, let's end on that.
Wait, day? It was in the same day?
Yeah, was it in the same day?
No.
Why did you stop to think about it?
Yeah, took too long to answer
Fucking
that.
creepy, man. Look, for Dan Hollaway, Ross Patterson, Giorgio the dog killer.
Yeah, if you have a dog that needs to be put down, we have a man for you.
We do.
No, I mean, it was my dogs, to take care of them.
No, that's not taking care of you. That's Cuomo. You just Cuomo'd your dogs, dude.
That's the lesson of Old Yeller, though. The Old Yeller is a story about responsibility.
Yeah, it is.
Like your dog goes crazy with the fucking rage out, foaming at the mouth bullshit. It's your responsibility to go murk that motherfucker.
That's true.
Will Smith did it.
One had cancer and one got hit by a car.
Was it
Okay.
suicidal, the one that got hit by a car, or was it like an accident?
Did you drive into suicide?
No, I think he just really hated the mailman.
That happens too. Totally understandable. If you're out there, get your pet spayed and neutered, everybody. For Dan Hollaway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is Drinkin' Bros Fake News. Good night, everyone.